I'm so glad everybody's here today, whether you're here in person or on recording. Our theme today, sorry, I had to get a light on. Our theme today is be a warrior, not a worrier. And what does that mean exactly? So in yoga, the warrior energy, I'm just going to read this a little bit so that make sure I say what I want to say here. We become true spiritual warriors when we understand how to confront our battles with the universal enemy, self-ignorance, the ultimate source of all our suffering. So that is warrior energy. We're not really a warrior in anger, but have that energy of strength and conviction to do it. So we're going to be doing warrior poses and things that use warrior energy. One of the things that I'm going to try to do today is do your warrior poses in the chair and then take them to a standing position with whatever you want to do with it. You may be repeating them in the chair or you may be taking them up. So let's just get started with all of that. And I'm so glad you're here for this. So come to the edge of your seat and place the weight into your feet, engage your core, and let's let those shoulders just relax and drop. Pull your chin back. And just focus on your breath. And we're going to set an intention for yourself for class today. So I hope your intention will be discovering how to use warrior energy in your poses. Not forced, but intentional, gathered, and focused. So as you breathe in light and energy. And as you exhale, let go of distractions, let go of negative energy that you might be carrying with you. So warrior energy is a strong energy, it's a powerful energy, but it's not to bring your heart rate up really high or wear yourself out. So you have to find that way to modify within what you're doing to keep yourself steady and courageous and focused. So we'll start with just taking our arms up. And as you exhale, press down into your feet, engage your core, and push down on the arms and let your body float toward the surface of the pool. That's what I think of. I'm in the water. Inhale. And lifting up. So you want to be strong, you want to be powerful, you want to be courageous. Inhale. Exhale. And then we're just going to add a little twist to it this time. Inhale, press down into your feet. Exhale. Turn to your right, working from the shoulder blade area. Inhale, coming up. And as you twist, you lift up and push down against that. And again, lifting up and twisting. These are just warm-ups, of course, for ourselves. But we want to get that breath going. We want to right away start with what is it that we're doing. From here, take your weight into your feet and then come forward and stretch back with your arms. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, stretching forward, lengthening. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, coming forward. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, just lower your arms. And we're coming to cat dog with this focus of strength in your center, strength in your legs that you're using. So from here, inhale. On your exhale, take your belly button back. Keep your shoulders and heart open as you pull back into cat back. Inhale, take your hands to your thighs. Pelvis comes forward. Rib cage, heart coming into a slight back bend. Exhale. So we're not releasing the shoulders in either direction. It's just working through that spine. One more time. Exhale. Inhale. And come back to a center position. Take your hands to namaste. And from here, we're going to just lift the right leg up and down, and then left leg up and down. And as you're doing this, I don't want you to use your back And you are using your thighs, but I want you to really think about lifting from that pubic bone and belly button as it comes up. Now this time, lift it up and extend the leg out. Hold, breathe, bend it in, take it down. Inhale, lift, stretch it out. Bend it in, hold down. So again, what is your intention here? Stay present in this moment. And inhale, lift, and stretch, and bend, and down, and come into your first deep forward fold, just releasing. And then coming back up. So Tadasana, mountain pose. In my traditional yoga classes, and actually in here too, it's done as a standing position, but you stay seated. We're going to do the seated version first. But it would be finding that power, that groundedness. So we're going to press down into our feet, lift up, just like we usually start class. Hug in the side body, lift your heart center, pull your chin back, take your arms down and reach. So you want to have the strength of a mountain, Tadasana. Pushing into those feet is really important and staying present in the moment. Great job. And then from there, take your arms up. And from here, we're going to come forward with a flat back. Then rounding over. And then coming to a flat back with your fingertips on the floor, round over. This is just a beginning sun salute. Arms up and down. Inhale. Come into a back bend. Exhale, folding forward, lengthening. Now be careful of your back. Fingertips forward, lengthen to your fingertips, flat back, roll back down. Inhale, coming up and lowering your arms, maintaining Tadasana or mountain pose. Take your arms to the side, and we're just going to slide that left hand across your chest without a twist, right? Just going to open the back of the shoulders, so pressing down into your feet. Inhale. Take that hand across as far as you can, and then bring it back. Just stretching out the back of that shoulder. Maintaining Tadasana, maintaining that strong alignment. And again, taking it across and back and across and back, and lower your arms, roll your shoulders. Keep that strength into the legs. Keep the intention of warrior energy. That doesn't mean you're not relaxing. You are releasing. Just take it back again, the first direction. Keep it small. But your energy is different. Great, and bring that down. And from here, take your legs out to the side wide. So we're going to come into sunflower. We want to make sure that the trick on this is, of course, the strength of the legs, but that your knees don't knock in. So if they do, keep them narrower, but we want to keep a nice, strong leg here with the knees going out. So the sit bones are coming in. And on your inhale, lift your arms up. We're going to your right first. Look at your feet, look at your knees. Now lengthen out on a lateral bend here. Stretching long. And then we're going to come into a forward fold with a twist. Watch your left foot. Keep pushing into it. Come back to the center. Go over to your left foot. Come back up to that lateral stretch. Nice and long. Keep that sit bone down and come up. Now we're reversing. Going to your left. Keep the core engaged. Keep the weight strong into the feet. Coming around. Coming to that lateral bend to the right and up and stretch. Circle, but hit those dots, right? Hit especially this one. And up, one more time. Circle, circle, around and up. Now take your legs in, take your feet in front of you, roll your shoulders back, lifting up. Pull your heart center forward, Matsyasana fish. Pull the toes back. Really feel that stretch through the calf muscles. Great. And then release. And let's come down into sit backs. I want to do that. I want to do ankle rotations. All right. So start again with the feet stretching forward, hands coming up. From here, stretch forward, lengthen. Watch the back of your neck, pushing into the heels. Feel the strength of the legs. That's warrior strength. And then coming up, keep the heart open, engage your core, and pull back toward the back of your chair. And lift up, flat back forward, stretching. You're going to feel your legs, your calf muscles, your hamstrings on that forward bend. And then coming back, keep the heart open. One more time, inhale. Each time a little bit further, exhale, coming back. And relax, come up, take your hands down and hold on to the side of your chair. I'm going to move back a little bit, sure you can see. From here, we're going to rotate from the hips. There's a little hip warmer here, so keep the feet flexed here, turn them out. Now point, touch the floor, bring them back in and flex. Rolling from the hips, not the feet. So it goes hip, knee, foot, stretch, and then you start from the hip, knee, foot, flex, and around, and around. So working the whole leg, reverse it. So go to straight, stretch it out. This is going to work the top of your ankles. Turn it out and around and up. Point, working from the hips and around, up, point, and around and up, and bring the legs in. Little windshield wipers here. Bring that right foot up and just circle. Nice and easy. And reverse. And then pull back and point. Flex, point. Keep lifting through your heart center. You guys are doing great. And let's take a little stretch here just to get that piriformis. All of these muscles are really involved in your warrior poses. And come up and down. So bring the other leg up. So why would I say, just easy circles, be a warrior, not a worrier? Take that energy that you put into worrying. I'm a worrier too, so I understand. And put it toward finding your strength, this warrior strength. And flex and point, just get those ankles warmed in a little bit. And then we'll take that down and come into your forward fold. Want to do a deep side bend before we go into the warrior poses coming up. Take your left leg out to the side, keep your right leg in. This is gate pose, we do it a lot. So make sure you have internal and external rotation in your hips. Press your weight down, especially into your right foot. This one is not as easy to get so much weight into. Take your right arm up, keep the leg in alignment, keep the knee over the ankle. Inhale, breathe into the right side of your body. And as you exhale, come into that side bend. Keep the hip down. Keep your right hip down. Watch that that leg stays where it's supposed to be. Keep the shoulder back. Maybe one more release and then coming up. And we'll bring that leg in, a little windshield wiper here. I just love windshield wipers. They just kind of bring everything back to neutral. All right, so now we have that left leg in place, right leg in place. Take the left arm up, push down into the left foot. Keep grounded into that sit bone. And as you exhale, coming over to the side. Really stretching the intercostal muscles, those muscles that help you breathe. And release. And coming up. Great job. Bring that leg back in. All right, so we're going into Warrior 1, Warrior 2, and Warrior 3 sitting. When I take these two standing positions with modifications, I'll have a chair and everything. But when I take that, to standing position, you can always come back here, all right? So we know how to set up for our warrior poses. These are both externally rotated hips now. If you can, bring that left heel out a little bit. Now bring your left sit bone in. There's your hip opener from that. Inhale, float your arms up. Now let's think about what this warrior energy is. This focus, strength. Push down into your feet. Pull your pubic bone up so that you have that down energy and the lifted energy working together. And then release into your twist. Keep the legs really strong. Keep pushing into that back leg, into your left foot. From here, roll your shoulders back, engage your core, lift up. Now, slide those shoulder blades down your back. Here's a little twist, and here comes your back bend. Breathe. Keep pushing into your feet. Breathe. Now, if you start to breathe really fast, just back off of it a little bit. I want you to bring your breath into slow exhale. Not easy to do when you're in an active pose like this. And then inhale, come into Warrior 2. This truly is your courage pose in yoga. Pressing down into your feet, feel both sides of your torso equally, and then look out over your right hand. Focus on what you need courage for today. Not what you can do, but what you need the courage for. And focus on it and really bring your awareness there. Now, when we go from Warrior 2 into Warrior 3, this is a little tricky. It's going to change the rotation of the back leg. So you're going to turn it in, and you can keep your foot wherever you need to. So where we had this was an external rotation. Now it turns in. You're going to come from that straight back. Now really push down into your right foot. You're going to feel a lot of work going on in the outer right hip as you come into your flat back. This one's hard to do standing because it's a balance. But let's find it here. Feel that work going on in that outer hip now? Breathe through it. And then come up. Unwind. Bring your legs together. And we'll come forward into a forward fold to release it. So now you're in internal rotated hips and coming forward and releasing. Let your head relax. Maybe take a moment to engage the core a little bit more, pull down, and then inhale flat back to come up. And we'll go to the second side. There's only 3 warrior poses. I mean, there's some variations, like we have reverse warrior and arching warrior. I mean, there's variations on it, but these are the 3 basic poses. Turn your left leg out, turn your right heel out, square your hips to the front and bring your sit bones in. Push down into your feet, float your arms up. Start right away. What is your intention? Pushing down, lift up, exhale. Coming into your twist. Drop your arms. You're still pushing into that back foot unless it hurts your knee, and then you know those modifications. You can bring your knee to a different place. Roll your shoulders back, take your arms up. Determination. Push into those feet, lift up. Release. If it's too much, you don't have to do the back bend. Just keep the legs really good and strong, and then inhale up into Warrior 2. What do you need courage for? You have to make that statement for yourself. What do you need? And then use it. That's where the mind, body, spirit becomes connected, right? And then we're going to turn into Warrior 3. So your back leg comes in, and you come in really pushing into that left foot. Again, keeping that awareness, you're going to be really working in that hip. Come forward. Stretch long. Breathe. It's a flat back. And then coming back up, unwind, bring your feet back in, inhale, come forward into your forward fold. Stay there, let your head relax, just breathe. And then coming back up. All right, ready to go to standing now? Let's do a little bit of standing work before we try it. I will cue you back into the chair if you need it. But we're just going to start with our heel raises. So come on up, maybe walk around a little bit just to see how things are moving. Don't get discouraged if something's not working for you. You just do the best you can. Yoga's a journey, not a destination. I'm still on it too, so. All right, so let's just do our heel raises, thinking about using that warrior energy rather than forcing, rather than struggling, but using that concentrated, focused energy to lift yourself up and back down. So I'm using that core to help me lift my heart and my breath. I want to make sure my weight's on all four corners of the feet. Notice if you're a person that tends to roll out or roll in. Try to fix that so that you're going straight up and straight down. Breathing. How are you moving into this? What is your intention? So it's not, the difference in yoga and just doing exercise is that we're really focused on being present in what we're doing. Stepping into it. So this would be mountain pose, raising your heels, right, if you can. And good. From there, take it back, take your right leg back, stretch it back, get a nice, as much width on your feet as you can, and then press that heel to the floor or toward the floor. Feel that good calf stretch. Engage your core and then bend that right knee and stretch it back. Now think about warrior poses. Warrior 1 and Warrior 2 anyway are lunges. Where is the focus? Press a lot of focus into the foot that's in front. And then feel that stretch and lengthening as you take that heel back and forth toward the floor. Using warrior energy. Not just, really think about maybe that you're pressing something with your heel down to the floor as you press that leg down. And come back and change, take the other leg back. As much width on your feet as your body can handle. All right, so we start with that straight leg and then bend into the right knee. And then take and bend that left knee. Imagine that there is a stake or something that you're pressing back into the floor with that left heel. And bend. What's your core doing right now? Look at your neck and shoulders. Are you breathing? What's your intention? And maybe one more. Stretch it back. Lengthen, 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 lengthen. And then come up. And let's do a stretch for your spine. So turn your chair around. Hold on to the outer edges of your chair. And we'll step back to downward dog. So stepping back, and I really want to get the spine stretched. We've done a lot of work to get it already prepared for this. And from here, bend your knees. And then begin to stretch back. Don't shift to your heels though. Take your feet back if you need to. So what I'm doing is I've got my weight really grounded into my feet. My core is engaged. And then I'm just going to pull the sit bones back as I reach forward with my heart. And then come forward into plank. Exhale. into downward dog. Just working now around the shoulders, around the heart center. Keep working that strength of the legs. Let's do one more. And back. Good. Stretching. Walk your feet in. Take your hands to the chair or to your thighs and come into a flat back to come up. Great job. All right, let's try our Warrior 1, Warrior 2, and then into Warrior 3. I'm not gonna flow from one to the other. We're just gonna take one at a time. Have the back of your chair to your right side. So this is the same leg we used in the chair. This is if you can go to the chair if this is too much, especially if the lunging is too much on your knee. Just go back where you're not weight bearing. But for those that can try, let's see what happens. So you're gonna step out wide, lifting up, you turn your right foot out and your left heel out. This is the same thing we did sitting in the chair. And I'm just gonna float up my left arm. You could float up both arms, but I wanna make sure you're good and stable, that you're getting the benefit of the pose without struggling to stand up. All right, so that's your choice to make. Push down into your feet, engage your core and lift up. And from here, turn your pelvis, release into your twist. Now looking at that front leg, come into just a slight lunge. You could go all the way to 90 degrees, but we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna have a little bit of a lunge, looking for our balance here. Look at the weight on all four corners of your feet. Be a warrior. What is your intention? From there, take your right arm up, lift up and come into your back bend. And then come back up and we'll step forward. Take your chair to the other side and we'll repeat on the reverse side. Turn your left foot out, turn your right heel out. This is Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Pushing down into your feet and lifting up, float your right arm up. And from here, keep pushing into your back foot. Keep that right sit bone coming in, even though you're turning your hips. You're still working that external rotation. Come into a lunge. And from there, take your right arm up, come into your back bend. Now, if you're feeling really balanced, you can take both arms. But I want you to have that chair. This just gives us security. From here, stay there, just turn, and we're coming into Warrior 2. So from here, we're just going to face out over your left leg. If you feel comfortable, you can bring that hand up or not. But here's your courage pose. Here's your warrior energy, pushing down into your feet. Use your judgment for what you need. Great job. And then come up and take your chair back to the first side, step in. We'll do Warrior 2 on this side. Stepping wide. You might be getting more opening in your hips, but really important, check out all four corners of your feet. Put your weight on those feet. Inhale, lift the arm, your left arm up and come in. So the torso is straight here. This knee, your right knee is turned out. Look out over your right shoulder. Come into as much, or if you can't do a lunge, just do what you can do. Take your arms up or down, whatever works. Build it from the bottom up. Great job. And then come up, turn your toes in, step your feet together, turn your chair around. Now here comes Warrior 3. Warrior 3 is really hard to do without some support. It's kind of hard to do with support. So we're going to start just thinking about you're going to have your weight on one foot. So it'll be on your right foot. You're going to have everything in internal rotation, your hips and your shoulders. So let's just start in that lunge position. Keep your back foot on the floor. You may need to step away a little bit. You can also do this against the wall. So from here, I'm going to come forward into a lunge at this point to put my hands on the chair. From there, got to make sure you're far enough away. Make sure your chair is on the mat so it doesn't slip. You're going to come forward, drop that hip, and take one or both arms if you want. I'm just going to do one. Pushing long. This is Warrior 3. And step back, that foot back down. And we'll just switch sides. Keep the hip points facing the floor. Take your opposite leg back. Reaching out. A lot of work on the standing leg hip. And bring that back down. Take your hands back to the chair. Stepping back. Woo, this is a lot of work. Into downward facing dog. Just stay there for a breath or two. And walk your feet in. Take your hands to your thighs. Flat back. Come up and walk around. So you see the difference. I mean, it's the same poses that we did on the chair, but now we add all that element of balance. So your choice now, you have those choices to do. Let's do using Warrior energy. Let's do tightrope. This is what I hope you're doing every day. A friend of mine tells me that she does it while she's brushing her teeth. Take your right foot in front. Make sure it's the same groundedness that you had in your warrior poses. So pushing down into all four corners of the feet and lifting up. If you're just kind of trying to wobble here, stop, really look, and especially this lift. And also notice what it does to your heart center. It opens up. And then try taking your left arm up. And just taking your right hand off the back of the chair. It's right there for you if you need it. Again, check the core, check where the weight is on your feet, and then maybe, if not today, maybe someday, you'll be able to take your arms off the chair. And take that down. And we'll do the other side. I'll just switch it. You can turn around if you want to. So now your left foot is in front. Square your hips to the front. Take the time to build the pose. You know, you can't have strength if you don't have a good foundation. And just think about building your house. You know, that whole thing about whether you build it on sand or on stone. So we want to really build a strong foundation. The weight is not forward or back, but directly between both feet, all four corners. Pubic bone is lifted. Find that center of balance. Take one or both arms up. You always have that chair. This one, if you practice every day, will get better. Maybe you can even build up to 30 seconds and bring that back around. All right. So from here, we're going to come back. Just sitting position. You deserved it. That's been a lot of work. So come on down. And let's take the right leg up. So again, now we're going a little bit deeper into the chair yoga pigeon, also called figure 4. What I want to do now is to engage your core and take your right sit bone in. Hopefully you're starting to be able to find how to manipulate the femur from the sit bone. If not, you can still use your hands to help you. But we're trying to get down really deep into that hip joint. Then take your hand and forearm and press down into your left foot. There's this warrior strength, right? Finding that grounding. And then coming down, lengthening, 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 pull back up. Again, inhale, push down into the foot, exhale, lengthen forward. If you're feeling this right in the middle of your gluteals in your right hip, you're in exactly the right place. Now take your left arm and slide it across the shin. Continue to push into your left foot. And then we're going to add a twist. Keep your neck long. Engage your core. Keep coming forward. Slide your right shoulder blade in towards your spine, left shoulder blade away, but keep that hip in place. Breathing and coming back, lengthening forward again. Coming back about 2 inches, lengthen forward again. Find that warrior energy. And then to be a true warrior, you have to know where to release and how to focus where you need that work. Come down, easy back and forth. Take the left leg up. Inhale, pressing down into your right foot. Take that left sit bone in. The idea is to get that hip opening. So the knee, it's not a big move, but you'll begin to feel it open. And it just takes practice and thinking about it, and it'll happen for you. Moving from the sit bones changes your practice. And then from there, we're coming forward with the left arm on the shin for right now. Back off, inhale, exhale, push deeper into the right foot and lengthen. Make sure your core is working. Usually takes 2, 3, 4 times to get deep into it. Back off, inhale, come forward, lengthen your neck. Now take your right forearm to your left shin. Continue to come forward. From here, bring your left shoulder blade towards your spine. Your right shoulder blade away. Keep that knee pressing toward the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back to the center. Then let's take one more stretch forward. Lengthening out. And coming back up. Unwind your legs. Little bitty windshield wipers here. Take it easy. Great. From here, we're going into garland pose, malasana. Again, all of these poses have strong grounding to keep you working correctly. Taking the legs out wide again. Again, looking at where the knees are. So if you have knee issues or hip issues that won't allow you to keep those knees out, bring your feet a little bit more. So you still want to maintain that alignment wherever you are. Make the pose work for you. It's not, every pose, yoga is for everybody, but not every pose is for everybody. So you have to find out how to modify what to do. So you're going to press down into your feet now. Feel those legs activate, just that warrior strength through the lower body. And then from here, we're going to come down. If you can stay here with your hands in namaste, but for those that can, you have to really use this for balance. Pushing forward into your feet. Take your right and left elbow to the inside of the knees. Use those elbows to press the knees out and lengthen the back longer. Just continue to breathe there. Maybe press a little bit more. Maybe lengthen out a little bit more. And then come up, take your hands to your thighs. Come up, bring your legs back together. Little windshield wipers. Great. And let's just massage your wrists for a moment. We've done a lot of leg work. So let's let our legs kind of get a little break here. So I'm just massaging and I'm taking my hand and going up each metacarpal of each finger. So I'm stretching through here, the whole hand. There. And then little circles with the thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger. And just roll that wrist. And then let's come over to the other side. Just massage. And if you're also having, a lot of times it feels good just to go up into the forearm too, because anytime you're working your hands, you're working that. And then let's massage each finger, starting from the wrist, working down. Our hands and toes do so much work for us and we don't give them enough attention. And then circle your thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger, and then just circle, circle, circle. Let's go ahead, roll your shoulders back, press down into your feet, and take your head out over your right shoulder. This still has warrior energy, even though it's a very calm moment. So you're pressing down, you're lifting up, you're releasing in your neck, and just looking out as far as you can over your left shoulder. Your right shoulder. Breathe, just keeping that mobility in our necks and coming back and looking out over your left shoulder. Nice and easy, but you've got to be grounded. Take it back to the right, to the center, and to the left, and to the center. And then now drop your right ear towards your shoulder. Take your left hand and press away. Take your right hand, unless if your neck is really sore already, don't do this part, just stay where I am right now. But if you can, go ahead and take your hand to your head, play around with where you get that nice long stretch, and then give a little extra weight to the head there. Visualize from your ear to your shoulder, stretching out like a piece of taffy, pulling in each direction. And then come back up. Lower that hand, drop your left ear to your left shoulder. This is maybe enough right here. This is only if you need it. If you feel like you can use a little more stretch, it should not hurt. If you can find that connection between your left ear, I guess it would be your right ear to your right hand shoulder. See if you can find that place. You may have to move it around a little bit to stretch. And then come back. And let's take a forward fold and let that head just relax. Just got one or two more little things to do. Stay down here. Take your left hand and make a bridge across your thighs. Reach down with your right arm. From there, bring it up by your ear. Reach long. Feel as if I'm there pulling your hands toward me. And at the same time, reach back with your hips. And then bring that back down. Change arms. And now your left arm reaches down, out. This is just getting you started, pushing down into your feet, engage your core, lengthen, reaching long. And then coming back up. Take your legs one more time to the side, again watching the placement of the knees. Take your hands to your thighs, and then we'll come across in a diagonal stretch. So push down, pelvis stays stable, left shoulder goes out. I'm sorry, I'm reversing you. Your right shoulder, no, it's your left shoulder. Sorry, you guys, when I'm mirroring, sometimes I get mixed up. It's your left shoulder going out past your right knee. Keep your hips stable. And come back up, and we'll go to the opposite side. Feel the release in your hips as well. And come up, let's go back since I was so confusing. Go to the first side. So I'm actually giving a push with my left hand to my left thigh so I can get that stretch in the groin. And up and over one more time. Up. One more time, bring your legs in, extend, and pull open with your heart center into Matsyasana fish. And that. Beautiful. All right, let's set up for your Shavasana. Your choices, you can just sit here. You can sit on your sofa. You can sit on an easy chair, in a recliner. You can go to the floor, put your legs up. If you can't go all the way down easily to the floor, do it sitting up. It takes a little more focus, but you can do that. So go ahead and cover yourself. Sit comfortably or lie down comfortably. Cover your eyes, if you can, with a washcloth. Deep breathing. And let's go back into that release of breathing in light and energy. And exhale, letting go of your practice. You build that warrior energy, and now that takes that energy of worry away. And let it just bring release and relaxation. And pay attention to how your body feels as you turn your attention inward. Just observe the state of your body. Feel your breathing as each breath moves in and out of your body. Notice the gentle movements your body makes as the air moves with each breath. Notice that you can feel calm and relaxed and energized at the same time. As you encourage the calm energy within you to increase. Concentrate on a feeling deep inside the core of your body. A feeling of energy and power, motivation and joy. Focus intently on this feeling. Notice that it may be at the center of your body near your stomach. And encourage this feeling to grow, getting bigger and bigger. Allow the joyous energy within you to grow without effort. Your body is light and powerful and free. You're filled with a relaxed and joyous energy from your head to your toes. Ready to move, ready to think, ready to act. Concentrate on this feeling and allow it to grow. You are energized and calm and filled with joy. Allow this energy to flow into your joints. Allow it to flow into any area of special need. Especially where you may have felt fatigue or maybe overworking. Just take that beautiful energy there. Allow it to flow into, around, and through all of your internal organs. So finding that warrior energy of strength and focus and relaxation as it brings ease to your gut. Allow it to flow into your heart center. So we know that heart center is our wisdom center and the seat of love and compassion. And warrior energy needs that too. We need to balance that energy with compassion and love and wisdom. And allow it to flow over your brain center, bringing calmness to your brain, focus to your brain, intention to your brain. It's the quiet mind that can focus and concentrate, not the worrying mind. Then allow that energy to connect with your asana energy, balancing by weaving it together, allowing it to flow down your spinal cord, out through your nervous system, into every cell of your amazing instrument. Engage your core and roll your body as a unit over to your right side. Stay there for a few moments and just reflect on your practice. That's a lot of work today. And just reflect on what worked for you and what didn't. But the most important thing to find out if you've had a really good practice is how you feel. You want to feel refreshed and relaxed. Then take a moment to engage your core, place your weight into your left and right hand. Keep looking at the floor. So you want to use that strength of breath and core to bring you up on your inhale to a sitting position. And here's your reading for the day. People who deal in levels of false expectation often find it difficult to work in a high degree of cooperation. when you enter into an expectation that someone will behave a certain way, or a situation will turn out a certain way, or you'll get a certain result from your action, and that expectation turns out to be false, you often find yourself expressing disappointment, unhappiness, despair, or even depression, depending on your emotional investment in the outcome. Expectation is a good area to stay away from. When you just let others be and cooperate with what is, you find your life flowing along much more smoothly and happily. Take your hands to your heart. Om. Shante, Shante, Shanti. ERYT. Thank you guys so much for being here today. It was just wonderful to teach you today. Namaste.